Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the top 7 new middleweight cruiser motorcycles for 2025. Number 7, Royal Enfield Shotgun 650. The Royal Enfield Shotgun 650 is one of those motorcycles that turns heads without making a scene. It's a fresh middleweight cruiser for 2025 that packs retro cool style without looking like it's trying too hard. Tipping the scales at around 530 pounds, it's not exactly lightweight, and that's part of its appeal. This bike feels grounded, solid, and purpose-built for cruising rather than racing. With its chopped rear fender, mid-set pegs, and low-slung silhouette, it brings more garage-built flair than you'd expect from a sub-$7,000 production machine. It leans more toward weekend rebel than full-on outlaw, which seems to be exactly what Royal Enfield intended. At its core is a 648cc parallel twin engine that's just as smooth as it is old school. With roughly 47 horsepower and 38 pound-feet of torque, it's not going to rip your arms out, but it'll happily cruise at 70 mph all day long without flinching. This engine's already proven itself in the Interceptor and Continental GT and carries a mellow rumble that's more of a polite growl. Air oil cooling keeps the vibe classic and uncomplicated, while fuel injection and a 6-speed gearbox keep the ride modern. Shifts feel clean and precise. It's not a drag racer. It's built for those roads where scenery outranks speed limits. Riding the Shotgun 650 is like slipping on a pair of well-worn boots. Ergonomics are chill, the seat surprisingly plush, and the whole ride feels like an open invite to take the scenic route. If you're after cruiser character without Harley level prices, this bike delivers. Number 6. Honda Rebel 500. The Honda Rebel 500 is the middleweight cruiser that decided to lean up, get sharper, and come back smoother for 2025. Weighing in at 408 pounds wet, it's light enough to dance through urban traffic, but still has the kind of road presence that turns heads at stoplights. Honda didn't try to revolutionize the design, they just made it cooler. Matte finishes, a low stance, and blacked-out details give it that sneaky, no-apologies vibe. Beneath the minimalist bodywork sits a 47.91cc parallel twin that knows how to keep things fun. It's liquid-cooled, fuel-injected, and tuned to deliver. Solid, low-end torque. Perfect for pulling away from a red light without sounding like you're showing off. Producing around 45 horsepower, it may not blow your mind on paper, but once you twist the throttle, it delivers just enough power to make those weekend rides memorable. What makes the Rebel 500 really shine is how inviting it feels. The 27-inch seat height is diner booth familiar, and mid-mounted pegs mean your knees aren't folded like origami. Suspension is dialed in for daily comfort, not track day bravado, and the digital dash gives you just what you need. No screaming lights or clutter. It's practical without being dull, fun without being wild. At $6,000, it's the kind of cruiser that doesn't ask you to trade in your savings or gaming setup. Clean lines, solid performance, and just enough edge to keep it interesting. Number 5. Kawasaki Vulcan. The Kawasaki Vulcan S is a middleweight cruiser that balances muscle with approachability. It's designed for riders who want comfort but don't want to sacrifice a cool look. At first glance, it nails that urban low-slung vibe. Matte finishes, blacked-out pieces, and a tough-looking headlight that doesn't mess around. It avoids trying too hard, and that's what makes it pop. With a curb weight of around 491 pounds, it hits that sweet spot between easy handling and solid heft. Under the tank lies a 649cc parallel twin, smoother than your best pickup line. Borrowed from the Ninja 650, it's been retuned for cruiser life, favoring low-end torque. The result is a bike that handles highway merges with ease and a power curve that's linear enough to avoid sending you into a midlife crisis. Putting out around 61 horsepower and 46 pound-feet of torque, it's not explosive, but it rides like a bike priced a few grand higher. What really sets the Vulcan S apart is its adjustability. Kawasaki's ErgoFit system lets you tailor the seat, foot pegs, and handlebars to your size, like slipping into a jacket that was made just for you. Whether you're 5'3" or 6'3", it adapts instead of judging. Priced around $7,000, it delivers comfort, style, and adjustability without wrecking your wallet. Number 4. Harley-Davidson Nightster. Back for 2025, the Harley-Davidson Nightster is ready to shake things up in the middleweight cruiser scene. No gym membership required. Weighing in at about 481 pounds, it hits that sweet balance between agility and that unmistakable Harley heft. Styling leans into Harley's darker side, chopped fenders, solo seat, and a blacked-out treatment that looks like it stepped out of a graphic novel. Beneath the tank lives a 975cc Revolution Max V-twin, liquid-cooled and tuned to produce about 90 horsepower. The torque comes on quick, like a caffeine hit that's a little too strong but totally worth. Throttle response is immediate, whether you're zipping through city streets or getting cheeky with a sport bike. It's tuned more for mid-range punch than high-revving antics, perfect for those stoplight duels you'd never admit to. The Nightster isn't trying to be something it's not. It's stripped back, but still smart, with ride modes, ABS, and traction control baked in to help keep things tidy when you're feeling frisky. Starting at around $12,000, it won't flatten your bank account like its bigger Harley siblings. The 2025 Nightster is all about delivering attitude on two wheels without asking you to refinance your life. It's not here to please everyone, just to be a damn fine ride. And honestly, that's enough. Number 3. Suzuki Boulevard C50. The Suzuki Boulevard C50 is the type of cruiser that makes you want to drop everything and chase the sunset, even if that sunset is just over the local strip mall. Rolling into 2025, it brings classic cruiser charisma. Loads of chrome, a wide tank, and a long, low stance that makes you feel like a B-movie biker hero. Weighing in at a solid 611 pounds, it feels grounded on the freeway but doesn't turn every stop sign into an upper-body workout. Power comes from an 805cc liquid-cooled V-twin that purrs like a kitten and growls like a bear when pushed. Suzuki tuned it for smooth, usable torque. Great for both city cruising and highway merging without needing to downshift like you're in an action movie. Fuel injection keeps the delivery smooth and efficient, and the 5-speed transmission clicks through with a satisfying mechanical clunk. The good kind, like you're doing real cruiser work. The styling brings the real wow factor. Sweeping fenders, deep seat, fat rear tire, all screaming laid-back attitude. At around $9,000, you don't need to sell your PlayStation or any organs to afford this one. In a world where flash often outweighs substance, the 2025 Boulevard C50 keeps it cool, classic, and fun. No rebellion necessary, but it ends up looking like one anyway. Number 2. Triumph Bonneville Bobber. The Triumph Bonneville Bobber is a new middleweight cruiser for 2025 that looks like it time-traveled from a vintage poster, but rides like the future just showed up wearing a leather jacket. It's all about stripped-back class. No fluff, just metal, muscle, and swagger. Weighing around 553 pounds, it feels substantial on the highway without becoming a chore at light. Beneath that classic exterior is a liquid-cooled 1200cc parallel twin that throws down about 76 horsepower and 78 pound-feet of torque. It's got enough grunt to keep things exciting, but won't yank your license away every time you twist the throttle. Power comes on smoothly, and the torque curve hits early. So you're not just looking cool, you're moving too. Triumph even gave it a custom bobber soundtrack, deep and growly but civilized enough not to tick off the neighbor. Modern tech hides beneath the retro skin. Ride-by-wire throttle, riding modes, ABS, and traction control. The floating solo seat isn't just for looks, it's adjustable for comfort. Starting at around $13,000, it's not a budget bike, but for a ride that nails both old-school vibes and modern precision, it's priced right. The Bonneville Bobber is a gentleman with a wild streak, refined but always ready to raise some hell. Number 1. Indian Scout Bobber. The Indian Scout Bobber is the kind of middleweight cruiser that doesn't request attention. It grabs it. With its slammed silhouette, sharp lines, and no-nonsense attitude, the 2025 version shows up looking like it's already late to a drag race. It's clean, lean, and stripped of anything that doesn't serve speed or style. Weighing in at 553 pounds, it's heavy enough to feel planted but still tossable when the road starts to twist. Powering this beast is a liquid-cooled 1133cc V-twin that kicks out a fierce 100 horsepower, like a bar fight waiting to happen. Twist the throttle and you'll hear a deep growl that's less "excuse me" and more "get out of the way." This isn't the kind of engine that whines at red lights. It launches with attitude and torque that'll wake your ambition. Minimal bodywork, chopped fenders, and that low stance give it the Bobber's signature don't care flavor. Even the single gauge feels like a state. How much info do you really need? The 2025 Scout Bobber isn't trying to be a jack of all trades. It's not selling fuel economy or wind protection. It's raw American iron with style, bite, and a refusal to play nice. If you're hunting for personality, power, and price in one snarling package, you've found your match. Just don't expect it to say please. And that brings us to the end of this video. If you found it helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more upcoming videos.